telling stories. The problem is, for me, usually, I have no idea what the story is when I start. In fact, I have no idea until probably the end what the story is. I collect lots and lots of images from magazines and catalogs and photographs, my own photographs. And it's just a big old pile of stuff. And so I just go in there and I start thumbing through them, sifting through them, and I pick out images that for some reason to me seem to go together. I don't know why. I just think, oh, we'll do these. So that's kind of how I start. I've always been interested in ancient cultures and other cultures, foreign to me cultures. I'm interested in symbolism and mysticism and mystery. So a lot of times my story is, I don't know, it can be kind of a mystery. I don't really know. But I take the images, the start of this little pile of images, and I usually use, for a background, I usually either do an acrylic wash or a watercolor wash, maybe a monotone. I may use some carved stamps to add something to the background. And then I start placing the images. And I can use, I want a seamless, I'm trying to get a seamless picture, a seamless idea. So I will spend a lot of time cutting out little bitty pieces and very intricate pieces. I will get rocks, well, I'm a geologist by training, so I will get rocks from like 6 different magazines and create my own landscape. Not the landscape that was there, no. I have to get the rocks, the particular rocks that I want, and put them together to get my landscape. So that's the kind, I spend a lot of time on it, let's put it that way. But so as I'm going along with this whole process, eventually I realize, oh, this is kind of interesting. This is kind of, I see something, I see a story. And so at that point, I'm getting closer, I think, to the finish. And I think, well, I just probably need something else. And so I'll start sorting through again. I have in my mind, now I think, oh, I know what it is, and I need this thing to finish it. But as I'm sorting through my piles, I pick out something totally different that seems even better. And that's usually about the last thing that I put down as a finishing. But that's how I create, and I just enjoy the whole idea. I tend to, a lot of times I will have people in my image. I like to have people as part of the story. It is part of the story. And frequently, you might see just their back or their side, and they're looking at something. They're looking at something, and then I create, what are they looking at? Or why are they there? And that's how I do it.
And what are they looking at?
I don't know, and that's the part. It's up to you. What are they looking at? That's the mystery. That's the, I mean, I have my ideas, but I don't like to, impress my ideas on what you might think that is going on in the story. So that's how I approach it. That's all I have.
What's the name of this piece?
What did I name? Oh, Perspectives. Perspectives.
Wow.
So, and that can be interpreted a lot of different ways. All right, that's it.